Do you want to get big or not? That's the question that you should be asking yourself anytime you have a slight lapse in motivation, um, or anything like that. And I'll admit, today's one of those days. It was a pretty brutal day at work, actually. A lot of nonstop moving, going and going and going. Um, so yeah, it just kind of, you know, I'll be honest, it just kind of hit me. Not real hard. Like I won't say I feel terrible or anything, but um, I'm definitely sore. And again, this is the second day, post leg day. So most of the time, the second day, I typically am, a little more sore. So, and this is that day. So like, and it was weird because like I woke up, I didn't really feel that bad, but like halfway through the workday, I guess from the constant moving and we're building walls and lifting them, my legs just within the span of what felt like 20, 30 minutes, just got insanely sore. And I feel it a lot in my hamstrings, which is kind of unexpected, really. I'm thinking it's from those stiff-legged deadlifts that I did Sunday. Um, but yeah, so anytime I, start to have and it's not even really a lapse. It's just, my energy is kind of, well, we'll see how it goes. A lot of times once I get a few sets in, it can kind of flip a switch in me. So hopefully that happens. But as of right now, you know, like I said, my energy's a little lesser today. Let's just say it like that. So I already took a scoop of pre-workout. I'm gonna take another half scoop. I don't like to rely on this stuff, but it can be a good, a good little boost or kind of jolt of energy. So we're gonna try it. Mm, shit, that works every time. And I feel like I say that every time that it works, but it fucking does. Man, that shit is sour. Okay, I'm gonna try to be a little ahead of the game here. I'm gonna put chalk on my hands right now before I even try the first set. Because I remember whenever I'm doing these lat pull downs with the specific attachment that I have on there right now, my grip sometimes can be the limiting factor. So, chalk isn't gonna completely solve that problem, especially if you have a really weak grip. It can definitely help. So, all right, I've I honestly didn't need much of a warm up today because, like I said, work was a doozy. But as you can tell, I'm playing Jenga here. I got an extra plate here, two extra 2.5s. Well, I'm thinking at least 3 sets. And then if I feel like I want to do more, I'll do more. But let's just say at least 3 for now. And like always, we'll just go from there. Let's do this first one though. Okay. Man, it's crazy how much that chalk can help. My grip was locked in and it was not slipping at all, which was perfect. I felt really good. Good start. But like I was saying initially, when I first got here, you know, I said that work was pretty rough, and it was. So, like, anytime I kind of have any situation like that, where my motivations is just not there, or I'm really tired or sore, which here lately, for whatever reason, seems like it's been happening a lot more than usual. But, anyways, anytime that happens, I try to ask myself questions like, you know, do I really want to get big or not? I know it sounds very simple, but sometimes just kind of asking yourself a question like that reminds you of what you're really trying to pursue, how far you're really trying to go, and that you can't let one bad day, or like I said, a day where you're just not feeling it as much, you can't let that stop you or get in the way. So sometimes just asking, and like that might not work for you. Whatever you need to do to keep yourself in line and in check with your goals in here, and and it doesn't even have to keep you motivated per se, because motivation comes and goes. It's that discipline though. Whatever keeps you going to the gym, no matter how you feel, that's what matters. So if you gotta kind of degrade yourself, fucking do it. As long as it keeps you going, as long as it works, I don't see a problem with that. The main thing is that you stick to your goals, and you just keep going. You know what I mean? Like I said, you don't let a day like this or anything similar to this slow you down or stop you. That's the main thing. So, okay. Anyways, one down. Let's do a couple more. See how I'm feeling after that. Ooh, come on. Ah. All right. Let's do it again. At least one more time. Come on. Ah. Ooh. Oh, that was a freaking good one. I think I want to do that one more time. Honestly, the reps might be pretty low on one more, but that's okay. If um if they're pretty low, like I'm suspecting they will be, I'll do a drop set like always. Make up for not even really, I don't even really want to say it like this. I was going to say make up for the lost reps because really I'm going to be doing a lot more reps with a drop set than what I would have that I lost from the very first initial set here, if you guys get what I'm saying. So like the first set I did, how many did I do? I don't know, 12 or 13 or something. And on this fourth set that I'm about to do, I might only get like 8 or 9. So we'll say I lost like 3 or 4 reps. Well, with a drop set, I'm going to do a lot more than 3 or 4 reps on the drop set. So it's going to be more than making up for the reps that I lose, which is the whole point. That's the whole point. So yeah, let's do one more with a probable drop set and probably one of biceps. That'll probably be it. Oh, holy shit. That was good. That was fucking good. All right, that's it here. Just like I suspected. Let's move on. I don't know. I kind of want to do something a little different for biceps today. Like preacher curls. Preacher curls are my go-to for biceps. 9 times out of 10, that's what I'm gonna do. But just for today, I might do something different. Well, I can almost guarantee I will. So let me think about it for a second, and then you guys will see. Okay, so I got standing cable curls. Let's just call them that. Um, like in my opinion, if you want to get the most bang for your buck with a bicep exercise, I think anything where you can rest your elbow on it and your elbow is fixed, and you can just curl it without your elbow moving. I feel like you get the most, well, like I said, bang for your buck, and the maximum amount of isolation of your bicep. So like when I'm doing this standing curl, I might try to kind of rest my elbows on my ribs or just on the outside, and keep my elbow movement limited. Obviously, you want it pretty much to be fixed, but obviously as the set gets harder, if there's nothing supporting your elbow, you tend most people want to tend to start to cheat them up, which there's nothing wrong with that. But if you're just trying to isolate your biceps and get the most out of it, that's why I love preacher curls. A fixed elbow, in my opinion, that's one of the best exercises for your biceps you can do. So I'm gonna try to somewhat replicate that here, and then I might throw some cheat ones in at the end. And I'm gonna start off light. So, well, what I think is light. We'll see if I'm right. I could be way off. It could be heavy. I don't know. But so yeah, if this feels as light as I think it will, I'll probably have to go a little heavier on the next couple. But let's try it. Okay, that was actually pretty much right where I wanted it to be. I think I got 16. So let me go one notch heavier, and we'll do one more. And if that feels good, if I'm around 10 to 12, I'll probably do 2 sets with this weight. That felt good. It was just a nice change from preacher curls. But don't be surprised if next Tuesday I'm right back to preacher curls. They just they just work best for me, you know. So all right, let's get a little look-see at the bicep here when I'm doing this. I'm gonna roll my sleeve up. See what I'm working with right now. All right. Whew. When you're doing these, I think something that can help most people is you slightly, lean back just a little bit, and then the force of the weight kind of like obviously if I lean back, well, I'm not holding on to nothing. I'm just gonna fall, straight back on my ass. Well, if you're holding that handle attached to the cable to the weight, it's kind of like a counterbalance. You can lean back and really, I don't know. I feel like I just get even more isolation of my bicep when it comes to this exercise when I lean back some. This is it's probably one of those scenarios where each person just kind of try for themselves. Some people might not like it when you lean back, so it's really whatever works for you. It's all about whatever you have to do to make the exercise the most effective while still being safe. And that's sometimes that's just gonna be different for everybody. There's some things that are universal, like a bench press. If you're a powerlifter, most of the time, the cues and all the boxes you want checked are going to be the same for everybody, but with some variations, some people might like their hands a little wider, some in more, but generally it's all the same. But sometimes when you're doing a cable exercise like this, there can be some differences for some people, whatever feels better for them. So but for me, like I said, leaning back, I just feel it more. So that was good though. Like I said, I went one notch heavier. What I do, 12. So I'll do one more. Um, do I want to do another bicep exercise later? I don't know. If not, I want to do like 4 or 5 sets here. If I do, I'll probably stop at 3. Let me think about it. You know what? I think I'm gonna just stop there. I think I will do one more bicep exercise, but I'll only do like 2 sets of it probably. Put me at 5 sets of biceps, and that's you guys know that's kind of all I'm looking for right now for my bicep and tricep training. So let's move on to a back. How's the bicep looking though? All right, this is going to be the third time that I'm trying this exercise. Hopefully, it's as good as the first 2 times. I'm thinking it will be, but you never know. Sometimes when you do a new exercise, the first 1 or 2 times, and sometimes even longer, it just feels good because it's something new. and it's challenging your muscles in that sense. It's just something different. So we'll see. But let's cut the chit chat and just go ahead and do one. All right, let's add some weight on there. Okay, gym rule number 341. Any compliment that you get, even if it's has nothing to do with your physique, but it's always related back to your training. So if someone comes in here and say you got a haircut or something, like, oh man, you got a haircut, it looks really good. Immediately that calls for a pose. No matter what. No matter what the compliment is, okay? It's always referred back to your physique. Listen, I don't make the rules, I just enforce them, all right? There is an unlimited amount of gym rules in here. Some of them make no fucking sense at all, but you gotta follow them, all right? If you're gonna be a gym bro, that's just what you gotta do. Anyways, that was so stupid. All right, um, let's do two more sets here. I've done two already. Let's do a couple more. One more. Uh, all right, let's do a little drop set real quick. Holy crap. Okay, that's all I got. That's all I got on this. Let's move on to, like I said, one more bicep exercise. It's only going to be a couple sets. That's all I need, though. All right, I'm going to finish with, well, not finish. I'll have one more back exercise after this. But for biceps, I'm just going to do a couple sets of static arm curls. They are always a great way for me to kind of cap off, biceps. Um, I mean, one, it doesn't require a lot of weight. Although I will say, for static arm curls and doing 16 total reps, I'm climbing up in weight pretty good. It's only 45s, but you got to think about it. You're holding one arm like this for 4 reps, curling 4, then you hold that one for 4, and you do that twice with each arm. That's a lot of time under tension, a lot of strain on your biceps, and it's just pretty exhausting. So, I could honestly probably do the 50s, especially if I was fresh, but obviously I'm not. So let's just do 2 sets of these static arm curls. Biceps will be done, and then like I said, we'll finish with one more back exercise. What that's going to be, I don't freaking know. But that's the beauty of working out sometimes. You come in here, you have a general idea of what you're going to do. And a lot of times, those are my favorite days. I'll have a general idea, but I know there's a possibility of me doing several different things. But it's whatever I feel like when I get to that point. And that's one of the fun parts about working out. You gotta just kind of go with the flow, and whatever feels good at that point, you do it. And a lot of times that makes for a better workout, if you ask me. Again, you always want to have a general idea, like have some ideas and a somewhat of a plan. Okay, like say your plan is I'll start with this, then do this, then do this. But if this doesn't feel good, I'll do something else. Or if the last one doesn't feel good, I'll do something like have a general plan, but you don't have to stick to it. Have a plan, then a backup plan, and don't even be afraid to have a backup plan to your backup plan. That's why I look at it. But anyways, let me shut up and do these. Okay, that actually was not bad at all. I might even be able to do the 50s right now, even after everything I've done. But I don't want to push it. 45s are plenty. That's plenty. And again, I got to do it one more time, so you got to think about that too. Let's do one more though. Since I started with the right side being static on the first one, we're gonna start with the left side being static on this one. Just get a nice balance here. All right. Okay. One more. All right. biceps are done. We're gonna finish pretty fucking simple and straight to the point here. Close grip, lat pull downs. 3 sets, maybe even 2 drop sets on the last one. Really just fucking get the lats firing, and then we'll start posing. All right. One more drop set. Uh, ooh. Come on, man. Okay, we're done. Let's go pose. All right, the more I've really started to put an emphasis on, still doing 2 to 4 sets, pretty heavy for strength, but oh, maybe it's not for strength. I was gonna say for strength, but just at a little bit of a different rep range. Rather than a heavy set of 5, it's like a heavy set of 8 to 12. So it's still fairly heavy, but obviously it's nothing like doing 4 or 5 reps, and that's all you can get. Like obviously that's a lot heavier for a person, but like, anyways, I'm starting to ramble. Starting off like that, doing a heavy set of 8 to 12, and doing like 3 or 4 sets like that, and then everything after that is more focused on really not even the amount of reps I'm doing or the weight, just contracting and squeezing whatever muscle I'm trying to focus on. When I kind of transfer my focus to that after doing those first heavier sets, like I said, like my pumps and my workouts are way better, way better. And it's one of those things where I've always said that's what I'm gonna do, but I've had a hard time of actually sticking to it. I want to go heavy on everything. The ego kind of gets in the way. And this is where that cliche saying of leaving your ego at the door as soon as you walk into the gym and just doing whatever you have to do to get better. Um, and most of the times, that's not always going to be going fucking heavy and doing these crazy lifts or crazy amount of weight that people see and they're like, holy shit, look at this guy. Most of the time, that's not what it's going to be. So, and ever since I've kind of switched my focus to that kind of thinking, I mean, one, I feel like my physique's improving, and it just feels better, man. My workouts are better, my pumps are better. So now that isn't to say you can't go heavy, because obviously I'm still doing that, but it's just not as much, and it's not the main focus anymore. So let's do some posing though. All right, that is it, boys and girls. Back and biceps complete. Man, I feel like, honestly, I don't want to be like, hyping myself up here too much, but I really do feel like changing my rep ranges is honestly really improving my physique. Now, if I could just dial in the cut, like I said, like the first, and this is going to happen for everybody or most people, the first like week or two, you're probably going to lose the most amount of weight until like you kind of your body starts to adjust, and then you really start losing more weight again. But the first couple weeks, you're going to see the most weight loss the quickest, let me say it like that. And then you can some people can start to plateau or hit a kind of a wall or just flatline with their progress, and that's why a lot of people get discouraged and they don't last very long. But I'm still cutting. The problem is I've lost 12 pounds. I'm down to 218. I was 230 pounds. The problem is I've kind of plateaued. I haven't really lost. It keeps going up and down, and I can't really pinpoint why, because I've definitely been at a deficit. I'm definitely working hard, doing my cardio. It's something I'm trying to figure out. I have like, I'll probably cut for another 4 or 5 weeks, and then I'll start to be approaching. I'll start to be going past 16-week cut, and that's a little too much. You can start to lose muscle when you start cutting too much or for too long of a time. So once I get past that, I'll probably just start bulking again. Hopefully in the next 4 to 5 weeks, I can really dial in the cut and see some better results. But anyways, we're done. Let's get out of here.